Hi, and thanks for tuning in. This is Joe Martinico with MarketingAutomation.com, and I'm going to talk to you about the ideal marketing automation cycle today. Marketing automation is an idea that's been around for many, many years. It started with customer relationship management tools in the 1990s, and actually probably in the 80s as well. But what's happened is it's evolved today and has become much more robust. There's just so much more that you can do. But these CRM or customer relationship management tools are at the very center. The great news is that many of the processes that I'm going to be talking about to you today can be automated. They can be set to run on autopilot. And that is very valuable to a salesperson, a small business person, or an entrepreneur. So let's get started and talk about the 5 processes and how they all work together. Now, of course, I mentioned to you that they start with CRM. There has to be a central place where you keep all your records, where you keep all your activities, and where you can keep all your things to do and your follow-up. So the CRM system is at the very base of any ideal marketing automation cycle. But you also have to think about ideas, and you have to plan. And there's lots of tools out there and research that has been done that helps small businesses and entrepreneurs to do this. There are campaign management tools. There's so much online research available. You have to have copywriting done, but there are even tools that actually can automate that for you. There are so many ways. Elance has hundreds of copywriters. There are companies that will write your copy for you. You just have to give them the keywords. And the great news is that the keywords are available. With Google Analytics, you can reach right into the mind of your customer and just know how they describe your products and services without the jargon that we use or you use on a daily basis. And you can, monitor social networks. There are buzz monitoring tools. What are the things that people are talking about online? There are online survey tools, SurveyMonkey. There's just so many of these things that automate the process of assisting you to plan what's going to happen with a lead that you generate. And that brings us to the next step, which is lead generation. And here again, there are so many ways to do this. There are website development packages out there that help you to build what's called landing pages. Landing pages are specific, very directed pages that are designed to turn visitors into customers, or visitors into email subscribers, or visitors into inquiries. So there's tools out there that assist you in doing this. There is search engine optimization, or SEO. This is the process of designing web pages in such a way that you are found by customers at the search engines. There are pay-per-click management tools that help you to automate the process of using AdWords by Google, which is a huge opportunity that all small businesses should be learning about right now. Webinars. You can conduct meetings right online. It's so easy today. Go to webinar.com. These are tools that just make it real easy for you to communicate with prospects and customers and to keep them interested in your products and ideas without ever leaving your desk. There are social media marketing tools. Call centers are easier to work with today. Companies like CallFire that allow you to have representatives working out of their homes and manage those processes. Direct mail and some of these traditional tools, field salespeople, print advertising, these are things you should be doing. And there are lots of tools that make those types of activities easier today and that can automate many of the processes that field salespeople do, for example. And there's creative tools out there that help you to be better at creating infographics and banners and print advertising as well. So lots of new tools, lots of new technology in this realm. Now, then, what happens once you get a lead? So you can develop leads using your website, using landing pages, using search engine optimization and PPC, the pay-per-click. But what happens to that lead once it comes in? Well, here is probably one of the most beautiful parts about marketing automation, and these are the follow-up systems available today. And generally they start with autoresponders and calendaring systems. These autoresponders are systems mostly based on email, But what they do is they allow your salespeople or you or your representatives to follow up via email. Some of them allow you to follow up via fax. Some of them allow you to follow up even using direct mail or voicemail, and basically make the field follow-up much easier. Now, there's also tools that help you to create content and to manage content, and that includes webinars. You want to have, back in that planning and ideation process, lots of content that you can deliver to potential customers and prospects on a regular basis, and what they call triggered basis, which means when a customer or a prospect does something at your website or makes a phone call or inquires, what happens? That's a trigger, and it triggers the delivery of certain content that is valuable to that potential prospect and keeps you top of mind when they do get ready to buy. There's tools to score your leads and to nurture your leads. There are tools for mobile marketing. There are more and more tools for contact centers, and many of these processes can be automated. In addition to keeping customers through loyalty programs, there's lots of great tools in that realm as well. And then this brings us to actual sales closure. So you've generated a lead, you've followed up very systematically with those leads, and now you got to close them. And the great thing today is shopping carts. I mean, you can close sales 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with the tools that are out there to to do e-commerce on the internet. We list copywriting here because we feel that copywriting is a way of taking your field sales message and putting it online and also closing. So there's lots of tools and lots of ways that you can get good copywriting done, even if you can't do it yourself. And we can share with you at marketingautomation.com some of those websites and systems that allow you to do that. Contact centers, tracking numbers. Tracking numbers allow you to record all phone calls that come in. Now, this isn't something you do surreptitiously. You tell your representatives who answer the phones that the calls will be monitored and recorded, and there's recordings at the beginning of inquiries that a customer or a caller hears that says this call will be recorded for quality assurance, so that they're agreeing to it as well. But the great value of this is it helps you to make better salespeople out of those people that are answering your phones. You don't have to wonder what's happening when you're away from your office anymore, or if you're not by that phone. You can coach them and help them by listening to the calls together with them after they answer those calls. So there's just so many ways to be better at closing sales. And of course, let's not forget about your field salespeople. Sometimes a website is mostly good for an inquiry, so there needs to be a phone call made, or there needs to be a sales call made to close that sale. And then it ends up with analysis. And so this is kind of the last part of this cycle, because you've got to see how these things worked. And the great news is that there's all kinds of analytic tools out there. Of course, the most basic one is the Google Analytics tool, but there's many more that even enhance the information you can get from Google. And Google's Analytics tool can tell you who came to your website, not necessarily by identity, but it can tell you, what they wanted, how they searched for you, how long did they spend on your website, what pages did they look at, what inquiries did they make. There's just so many tools that look at this process and help you to analyze it and to optimize your web pages. For example, A/B testing is a very simple process. Basically, these are systems that allow your website to deliver two versions of pretty much the same landing page or website, and it allows you to see which one is responded to better. A/B testing, it's a great tool. And if you get more into it, there's what they call multivariate testing, which tests more than just one page against another. It tests many components on a web page. And there's all kinds of ways to track responses and to test responses, and these tools exist. So basically this is where it ends up, and you start the cycle again. You take the knowledge you've gained, you start from the beginning. If you'd like to learn more, please visit marketingautomation.com. We'll share more information with you gladly, or even call us. This is Joe Martinico. Thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate your time.